Hey everybody, how's it going? So I wanted to do a card pick for today and for this week. And so much has been going on. And I was driving to work this morning and I said to myself, I'm so happy. I am really happy. Nothing special has gone on. In fact, there have been some very uncomfortable situations that have gone on, but I'm incredibly happy. And so I thought I might share a little bit why. I've shared before that I've been meditating and I've been paying really close attention to my thoughts. And I've been catching myself on a downward spiral with thoughts that don't need to be there. And I don't even say cancel anymore. I just repeat the thought in my mind better. So I've been really practicing that. And then at night when I go to bed, I do my gratitude and appreciation prayers. I pray before I go to bed. And then when I get up in the morning, and I set an intention when I go to sleep. In other words, when I set an intention that when I wake up in the morning, it will continue. So how I peacefully go to sleep will continue when I open my eyes in the morning. I set that intention. Now, that doesn't always happen. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I don't feel the way I felt when I went to bed. So I have been doing the 17-second rule where I lay in bed and I feel good feeling thoughts. Like I will feel my dog Teddy sprawled out but up against me and think how sweet that feels. And I might touch my foot on my dog Lucky's head and he's quiet, and then I think, wow, that feels really good too. And then I feel the ceiling fan breeze on my skin and I think, oh, that feels so good. And then I think about really good thoughts, like the sun streaming in the window. Even though it's been hot, the sun is still really pretty, coming through the shears in my window. And then when I get up, the coffee's already made because I make it the night before. My husband hits the button when he's getting ready for work. So I can smell the aroma of the coffee. And I gently put my dogs out. So my actions are following my thoughts. And then I spend time in the quiet meditating. And it's been about 2 months since I've been really working on my thought processes. And one of the signs that I know that I'm making progress and it's happening is I was having a conversation the other day with somebody and they weren't in a good place. And they were going on and on and on and on and on about all the things about their life that they didn't like. And now I could see so many positive things, but for some reason they couldn't. So I noticed that I didn't have that welled up tight feeling inside of me. It was not there. I just kind of was glancing off at other things and, just doing this but my inner being was in another place. I could hear what they were saying. I had compassion to a degree. When I felt myself wanting to say something, I pulled myself back in and I just waited until it was over. And I stayed quiet. And then I realized I had something that I needed to get done, so I got going. And it didn't occur to me until later on that day that it didn't affect me. It had no effect on me whatsoever. And if you don't live with anybody or you're not in close proximity at your job with anybody, you may not have this kind of interaction. But there are a lot of people that do. And so the deal is when you get up in the morning and you put yourself in that state of mind, it's practice. It takes work. It's not like, if you had heard me 2 months ago when I got up, okay, it's practice. It's like, okay, I did really good until I was getting ready to walk out the door, or I did really good until something happened at my job. But it is practice. And then this morning on my way to work, I thought a thought at the lights. I wasn't even paying attention, really. I wasn't going, oh, come on. I just thought a thought, which was, boy, I'm really happy. And then that kept repeating in my brain, almost obsessively, like, wow, I'm really happy. I can't believe I'm this happy. I'm so happy. I'm really happy. And so that's proof that you can be in a circumstance that is, less than desirable, and you can work at finding that spot. Now, there are some situations where I feel they get a pass for me because grief is something that has to pass through you. It has to be worked on, but it has to pass through you, and you do get to the other side of it if you work through your grief. But I don't expect anybody that's grieving right now the loss of somebody that they loved dearly to be thinking, that they're happy when they're crying or when they're just going through the motions of the day. That's unrealistic. The reality is that is their thing. And the only thing that we can really do is be present. We can't do anything. I remember when I was heavily grieving, I just wanted all kinds of things to make me feel better. I remember going up to LL Bean in Maine and spending about $300 on school jackets and things for my children. I just felt like I needed to do something to make me happy because it wasn't there. It was a void. But it's nearly 30 years, and so things do get better. So let's flip some cards here. My wish for you today is that you will be able to replace negative thoughts with positive thoughts. Not in denial. Let me just give you an example. It's been really hot and muggy, and not everybody has air conditioning. And there were a couple of jobs that I did 2 weeks ago that I said to myself, I'm going to die. I'm going to die at these houses. I'm going to be drenched with sweat. And so I got up. That was the first thing I thought of, was that it was going to be really hot. And I worry sometimes because I don't want to overheat, so I want to make sure I bring enough water. But that was kind of running through my mind. You know, I had the day already figured out and it hadn't even started yet. So I just kind of pulled myself back. I put the AC on in my house and did my regular routine, and I thought about how I would take breaks. I would take breaks and drink water and take breaks and drink water. And before you know it, the day would be over and I will get through it and everything will work out great. And weirdly enough, I got to the two places that I needed to go to, and they had their windows open, and we had a flash rain. And with the flash rain was cooler air and a breeze that was coming into the cabins. And everything was fine. I mean, the rain ended before I even packed up my stuff to leave for the day. So I had it all figured out that I was going to have a miserable day, and it hadn't even happened yet. But as soon as I shifted my way of viewing my day, the universe had something else planned anyway. So this is what I'm talking about. Try to catch yourself. And you don't have to say cancel, cancel, cancel. You can back yourself up and say something a different way. And little by little, those thoughts will become positive. Okay, so let's pull a card, see what it says. This card is Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone, and ancient ancestors stand beside you. The Keepers of the Earth, there are angelic beings, there are animals, there is a person praying for the earth. I'm going to go a little step further and say that the keepers of the earth are the people that know that our planet cannot keep going in the way that it's going without some sort of serious intervention. And there are star seeds that have come to this planet that their particular mission is to be a keeper of the earth and to take care of the earth. And you know something, I believe in climate change only because I've seen it. I've seen it in my life. I've seen the way the sun is so much hotter now than it used to be. And it doesn't matter to me what anybody else thinks, but I believe that, if we need to be more conscious of how we take care of the planet. So are you a keeper of the earth? Is that part of your mission? And I believe that there are infinite intelligences in the universe, that God did not just create the earth. He created the whole universe, the whole solar system, galaxies and galaxies, universes within universes. And God, I say he, but it's really they. It's really, I mean, if you are a Christian, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit is a they. I like to believe that we were all present when the universe was created, so that they could be us, which here you have a keeper of the earth. So the keepers of the earth, their mission is to be vocal about it, to take care of the planet, to want to try to find ways to fix it. A lot of the youth coming forward, they're really concerned about the planet, and I'm beyond. I will not make fun of any young person that wants to be a good steward of this planet, because we were called to be that when we were created. And people need to go back and read about that. So this is what's going on now. A pillar of light. So the pillar of light, it means for you and for all of us that our vibration is rising. If you are working on yourself, if you realize that you are not just a physical being, but you are a eternal, spiritual, vibrating being, then when you connect your physical being with your inner being, with your spiritual being, with your higher self, with your highest vibration, it raises you up. And this is where we are. And I want to say we are becoming this as a planet. And one of the reasons that we have a split is that some people are calling this evil, and so they've already created the dichotomy and just not labeling it, because there's going to be all kinds of people that are going to be raising their vibrations right now. And we're going to see this amp up in the next coming months. We're going to see it amp up. Okay? And when you do this, you are an oracle. You are an oracle. You are a light being when you do this. And other people will see it, and they will be attracted to this pillar of light that they see emanating from you. And they'll want to get to know you, and they'll want to know more about how you end up being who you are. Now, if you see, the pillar of light is rising up between the two dual sides. We've got duality here. But to be light means that you rise up between all that. You don't get caught up in either. Okay, you can have your opinions. Everybody can have their opinions. But when you engage in that, one side or the other, you're losing your vibration. You're losing your light. You're losing your pillar of light. So be conscious of that when somebody starts to try to engage you or lock you in to one way of thinking. And here we are. Perfect reading for right now. The age of light. We are coming into the age of light. And you've been training for this for a long time. You've been training for this since before you entered your body. I believe that because I have memories of things that happened that are just now, 63 years later, making sense. And so it's amazing how when we get caught up in life, because that's what we do, we're raising families, we're going to jobs, we're being the responsible people that we like to think that we are, but the creative part of all that is to you can create an atmosphere around you that includes all of that, as well as connecting with your inner source being, and also with your spiritual being and beings. But we are moving into the age of light, where things are going to be different. Things are going to be different. That's for sure. And if you can sense this happening, if you can sense this happening, then that is a sign that you're already connected and that you can move into a more vibrational light space and become a vibrational light being. Okay, so what's happening here is we are in the process of birthing a new age, okay? Now, let's just throw out all this, I'm not talking about new age beliefs, new age this, new age that. The new age is going to be a time where people are more receptive to the idea that they are more than their physical body, that they are an eternal being, that they have the ability to not get sucked into the physical reality of everything on a daily basis, and to be more connected as a vibrational being, as a light being, with all the others on the globe. And in doing so, that is going to birth a whole new age of being. It's going to birth new creative ideas, new creative actions. And the way that we do that is not by pushing. It's by allowing. It's by allowing ourselves to say, yes, I accept and I surrender to that part of me, that greatest part of me, my spiritual self, and feel that. And your world will shift, and your world will have a connection to other worlds, and all of those worlds will connect. And it is going to become a reality. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to be alive to see that, but my kids are, and their kids are. That's for sure. So this is what what's happening now. It's a dawning of a new age where old paradigms are falling away, old ways of doing things, archaic ways, boxed in ways. The brain is so expansive, and so allow yourself to expand. Because I'm going to tell you right now, your connection to your spiritual self, your highest self, which is connected to God, the source and creator of all, is not going to allow you to do anything wrong. It's not going to happen. Because if you are thinking all that other stuff, that's not God. That's not the source or the creative power of your inner being. But when you have that connection, the full experience is love, peace, ease, grace, joy, allowing, attracting, allowing, attracting, creating, allowing, attracting. And because we're impatient people, we all are, we've got to have it now. And how come it's not happening to me now? Well, the now is happening. And the now is the space to feel good. And the now is the space to make that choice and to take that step. I'm going to make a prediction. In the next 3 months, I'll go so far as saying 6 months, but I believe it's going to be 3 months. In the next 3 months, you are going to hear about a revolutionary process that we haven't heard about yet. And when you hear about it, your mind's going to click on to this video. I don't know if it's going to be in the medical community or if it's going to be interstellar, cosmic in origin, but in 3 months, there's going to be some kind of disclosure of something that will change everything about the way people think. And I'm going to tell you right now, do not listen to the fear-mongering on TV. Do not listen to the fear-mongering that goes on with all these programs to make you afraid that something horrible is going to happen. There's not really anything you can do about it anyway, so you might as well be happy and content and at peace with where you are right now. Okay? I love you all. And until next time, I might do another card reading. I am learning tarot, but I don't feel confident enough in reading those cards. But I'm also learning playing cards. And I have an affinity to those, even more than tarot. So I may try doing a reading with playing cards sometime this week. They tend to be more specific. So, but since I'm really, really concerned about the planet and where the planet is going, concerned in a good way, more concerned for the inhabitants of this planet to begin to see their purpose and their mission, no matter who you are. And to be happy, no matter where you are. That's what I'd like to see. Okay? So, have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.